All right, so one of the most popular topics on our channel is about citrus screening, and that's what we started the channel for originally. So one question that comes up is how can you test to see if your citrus tree has citrus screening, if it's showing the signs, is there any way to test it? And there's a couple ways to do that, but the first thing I did and what I would recommend is to do a simple field test. And this is a great little science project if you're into that kind of thing at home. When my kids were really young, it was fun to do that together as a family. But it is a good way to test your tree, and then you can rule it out if it's negative. But if you have a positive test, then you can do the next step, which is what I did as well, is take some more significant cuttings and you can send them in to different colleges or local places that will actually do a full and thorough test on the cuttings and tell you definitively if you have citrus screening or not. But this test definitely is a great way to start. What you need for this is some cuttings from your tree. You need a nice clean razor knife, and you need iodine tincture. So you don't want to just get regular iodine. It needs to say iodine tincture on it. And you mix this 1 part iodine to 9 parts just fresh water, which is what I have in this bowl. And with these things, you can do this test and get a really good idea on whether your tree has citrus screening or not. Okay, so the first thing and really the most important is to make sure that you're selecting leaves from your tree that appear to have some of the symptoms of citrus greening. So this is from my Satsuma orange tree, and you can see one of the signs is these mottled leaves, which a lot of times if it's a nutrient deficiency or something else, not enough sun, not enough water, if it's stressed, it'll have some discoloration in the leaf, but it will be uniform on both sides. At least that's what I've read. So with citrus greening, it's not uniform at all. It's just mottled. So you have some discoloration that doesn't necessarily follow any type of form or structure. So you want to select a leaf that appears to have the problem, and then you need to use a fresh razor knife, and you want to cut a little section of the leaf off that you're going to put into the iodine mixture. So you want to remove the outer cut. You don't want to use that. And you don't want to use the cut that's right in the center of the leaf. So you want to go in from your second cut and get something more like this. So this would be a good sample to use for the test. What we're going to be looking at here is this little inside edge of the cut, okay? The long edge, because this, if it has citrus greening, is going to turn very dark, even black. If it doesn't have citrus greening, this little section of the cut is going to stay relatively green, maybe a little bit of darkening, but what it is the iodine tincture turns dark with starch, and leaves that have citrus greening have a high concentration of starch in the leaf. Other things can cause that to happen, like I said, so it's not a definitive test for citrus greening, but this is your first step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cutting and I'm going to take another leaf, just because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. This one doesn't appear to have quite the same level of citrus greening, but it does have some discoloration, so I'm going to use this one. Again, take that outer side out, cut out, and use the inside one. So I've got 2 samples here. I'm going to put them into the iodine mixture, and I'm going to leave it for 2 minutes, and then we'll take it out and take a look at it together. Okay, so we had our leaf samples in the iodine mixture, and once you take them out, you just rinse them with some fresh water so you can get a good look at the leaf. So let me hold this up for you and show you what we came up with. Again, what you really want in a fresh cutting, right? You can see here, this was not in the iodine. If it didn't have citrus greening, the leaf, even in that iodine mixture, after a couple minutes, would look very similar to a fresh cutting. It wouldn't have much of a reaction at all to the iodine. However, if you look at what we got, you can see there's a very dark line running along the length of the cut on both of these. Can you see that? So you can see the difference. One was more of a yellow-green, fresh look, and this is a dark line. There's a lot of starch there, so this would be a positive field test for citrus greening. If you're interested in doing this yourself, you can just follow these steps. If you have a positive reaction like that, then you definitely need to be very suspicious of your tree that it might have it. You can go and give it further testing, try a couple more leaves or send it in. I have here some of my leaves from my kumquat tree, because these were all in the same yard, and I'm concerned that possibly it has citrus greening as well. So I'm gonna run the test on that. I've never checked this tree for that, but while I have the mixture here, I'm gonna give it a shot. So good luck with your trees and good luck with your field test. If you do have questions about the test, if you Google field test for citrus greening, you'll likely come across the same page I did. The test is laid out in detail from the University of Florida, and it's a 2-page, easy to follow process, but it's exactly what I showed you here.